Hello, my name is Steve Bostador, and I'm going to show you a quick little run through of VozTech VNC Scan Enterprise Network Manager, or Venom for short, and we're currently working with version 2009.1.5. This is just a blank console, and I'm just going to show you how to get started, how to get some computers in your list to manage. You have a couple options. Either you can scan for computers using a TCP scanner, or you could import them from Active Directory or from your local LAN using My Network Places. Let's do the My Network Places since that's the quickest. If you click on your network place that's a work group that you manage, it's currently empty. If you don't see it listed here, then you can go down to New Network Place and type in what it is that you want to put in and check the box if it's an Active Directory domain or not, and then hit OK. It acts differently depending on if it's Active Directory or if it's just a regular old network place work group. So this is just a work group, so we'll right click and choose Refresh Computers, and it goes out and does a broadcast on the LAN and pulls out, and also it resolves any host names to IP addresses. But it doesn't, during this process, it's not scanning to see if it has VNC RDP installed on it. It's just doing a scan for computers to put into the list. Now, everything under My Network Places, while you can double click on computers here and connect to VNC and all that good stuff, you generally don't want to keep them here. This is kind of like a catch-all holding cell. You want to eventually put them into a group. So let's find our training computers. I want to work with those. So take these ones right here. We'll throw these up into the default group. So these are the ones we're going to be working on right now. Excuse the overhead while this is going on. There's stuff going on right here. So anyways, so now we have these in the default group where we can do things with. We can double click on them, run VNC or whatever. Currently these already have VNC installed on them, but we're going to pretend that they don't. You see right now they're all false because they don't have VNC, or they weren't scanned yet. So you could push VNC using a deployment wizard, which we'll talk about in another episode, or you can manually install VNC to get it running on these computers. So we're going to right click all these and we'll choose scan them. We'll do a rescan selected, and it's going to go through and it's going to scan those computers and either find or not find VNC and RDP on them, and also test the pingability of them to see if they're pinged. I can see that we have VNC installed on 1, 4, and 6, but not on 5. For some odd reason, that one doesn't have VNC installed on it. So let's do a quick little deployment wizard. Again, I'm going to go into this in more depth in another video, but I just want to, get an overview of how this stuff works. We'll do an Ultra VNC 105. And we'll do it with MS Login. Alright, so there's that. You still have to put a password in here, so let's put in test as the password. And we're going to next over this stuff. And next over here. And then we'll say force Windows Logon. That's the Windows Logon. It's going to say by default only administrators have access to these machines. People in the administrative groups. And hit next. And it's creating your deployment profile for you. You see the little box that comes up and it's doing its thing. Depending on the speed of your computer, that's usually instantaneous. Now I'm gonna need to specify alternate logins because who I'm logged in right now does not have access to that remote computer. So I'm gonna say administrator. I'm gonna say password. It's on a domain, so I'm gonna put in the domain there. If it's not on a domain, I'll leave it at host. And it just kind of resolves locally. There, and then we push it. And it's going to do a little script, and it's going to push that VNC out to the remote computer. And this could take a little while because we're on kind of a slow network, so I'm going to minimize that and let it do its thing. So that's basically how you get VNC on the remote computer. Now let's go up to your training run. We'll double click on it.